What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Toy Room Renovation right here on the Slam Sessions on YouTube. I'm your host, Albert Albanese. This is a big week. It's a big purchase week for me. So we have to get into a lot. But I just want to thank everyone for your participation here, for watching, for your support. There were points throughout the pandemic and then past it that I was a little bit stressed out about doing anything on YouTube. There were just a lot of times where I got really down on the channel and doing all this kind of stuff, but doing this toy room stuff has really reinvigorated my passion for editing and uploading and everything like that. But I got excited this week because I had a lot of purchases, so thank you guys for bearing with me and making sure that you're still supporting. All the likes, the subscriptions, the shares means the world to me. So I just wanted to thank all of you. And now that we have that sappy stuff out of the way, let's get into it. This week I have a lot of purchases. So I'm going to try to be as quick as I can with them. And hopefully I can get some updates done for you. So let's get into the purchases. All right, so I said this is a big week in purchases, and here is our start. So as you guys remember, I've been talking a lot about the Hall of Champions shelves, and I realized I am missing a lot of John Cena's when it comes to that, because Cena's been a 16-time champion. So I think I explained to you guys initially that my goal was to have one figure representation of every single person who's ever held a WWE World Championship, whether it be Universal, whether it be the WWE Championship, whether it be the World Heavyweight Championship, whichever one it is, I need a figure representation of everybody. But since guys like Cena won those championships and won multiple of those championships, I might need a few John Cenas. So I started off the idea with that by going with these two here. The Chain Gang one in the middle, the C Nation on the right. Both of these are John Cena figures I don't have. They're both really cool. They're something a little bit different. So I thought they were cool additions to it. And then over here is the Big Show. As you guys remember last week, I said that I needed a Big Show for my World Heavyweight Championship shelf. Well, here he is. Got him in the mail. And I'm super excited to add him into that. I'm going to need another Big Show at a point also for the WWE Championship, but pretty excited that I got these. Okay, and this next one has a lot of history. This is the WWE Elite Collection Greatest Hits King Harley Race. So there's a big story behind this figure. So let's take a look at it really quick because it's pretty nice. Look at the, man, the face is so cool. I love the crown. The cape, the gear, all in purple is so sick. As you can see, this is what, Harley wore back at that time when he was the King of the Ring. Kansas City, Missouri, 253, diving headbutt is the finish. So yeah, perhaps the toughest man to ever lace up a pair of boots, the King was crowned after winning the King of the Ring tournament in 1986. So there's King Harley Race. Now, the thing about this figure is that this figure came out in a line a few years ago, and it was impossible to find. So WWE has recently released this figure, the Jake the Snake Roberts figure that was also in that line, and I'm assuming that everyone else who was in that will probably eventually be re-released because it was impossible to find them. I'm so glad that we re-released this King Harley Race because I am a huge fan of Harley Race and I love this figure and I can't wait to unbox it and put it in with the rest of my collection. Next, I got this from Target, the Elite Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry, the Ultimate Jeff Hardy. He's more than elite, he's ultimate. So you can see it's really cool. Look at the Hardy Boy shirt in here. It's so sick. Alternate head, has the Hardy Boys chain that one of my friends from high school had. I remember him wearing it. The Hardy Boys hands, even the more open fingers, the scan on there is pretty cool. I'm probably going to switch the heads and put the Screaming scan on. Back of the box is sick. There you go. Cameron, North Carolina, WWE champion, charismatic enigma. So this is a sick figure. This is going to be the Jeff Hardy that I use for my championship showcase as well. I really like this one, depicting, I believe, the match that he had with The Undertaker for the world title. And if it's not, it's right around that same area. Super cool. Really nice ultimate figure, and I'm glad that I was able to find this on Target's website and grab it. All right, next, moving forward with some stuff that I got from Ringside. As you can see, the Ringside exclusive sticker on this Jim Ross figure. So I'll talk about Jim in a second. Let's move over here to this Perfect 10 Shawn Spears figure. I'm a big Shawn Spears guy. I like that it comes with the coal miner's glove, like the black glove. It comes with the cool Shawn Spears chair. As you can see, this was his Blood and Guts match that he was in. And this is the gear that he wore. I also have the Wardlow from this match. I don't have the MJF or the FTR, but it is what it is. What I do have, though, is the entire opposing team. I said entire. We'll get there in a couple of seconds. But this is a really sick Shawn Spears. Love the AEW packaging, by the way. It's a great figure. He's got the mohawk. I don't know if you can really see it there. Super, super duper cool. Great facial scan. Super happy to add this to my AEW collection. But this Jim Ross right here, man, this is so cool. So it comes with his announce desk chair. It comes with a microphone. It comes, as you can see on the back, it's just JR over there. Ringside exclusive. So the story behind this is I'm actually a really huge Jim Ross fan. I went to school to do broadcasting. That's what I really wanted to do. When I was 18, I asked my parents to go to broadcasting school, and unfortunately, they said, no, you have to go to regular college. So I did, and I still regret it. But I went to broadcasting school years later, but Jim Ross was always my hero. So once they released this Jim Ross figure, I actually said I wasn't going to collect the AEW announcers, but once they announced Jim Ross, I said, you know what? Gotta have him. So I'm going to find a place to put him, like behind the desk somewhere. But I'm really happy to add Jim Ross to my collection. That's right. You heard me right earlier when I said I had the entire team. That's right. Here it is. The rest of the inner circle. I have Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager, as a matter of fact. There they are. So these guys get to join them. Santana and Ortiz. That rounds out my inner circle collection. So Santana and Ortiz are both going to come up and be put onto that shelf, joining Jericho, Guevara, and Hager. I love that Santana comes with this baton, but he also comes with a hand with a freaking fork in it. Like, how cool is that? Ortiz with the two heads, the face paint, which is super duper toyetic, and the chair in the back. Great figures. AEW killed it with these. I understand a lot of people were complaining that, oh, well, they didn't come out in, a timely fashion. But you know what? That's what happens with figures. And moments last forever. This is one of, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first AEW Blood and Guts match that's ever taken place. So it's got a place in history. So I'm glad that I have the entire inner circle. Of course, it's a Chris Jericho faction. I had to eventually get it right. All right, for our semi-main event. And this would normally be a main event in any other week, but it's a semi-main event this week because of a huge purchase that I had made. But this is the Mattel Creations Logan Paul exclusive figure. Man, look, whatever you can say about Logan Paul personally as a human being, that's all well and good for you. If you're not a fan, I understand. But the one thing you can't take away from Logan Paul is that this man has absolutely been fire since he's joined the WWE. And no different, his figure is absolute fire. 3 different head scans, different arms, entrance jacket, got some tassels on there. The Logan Paul thing on the top, it says, I am the table. This is the matchup against Roman Reigns. Logan flying over here, as you can see. Logan at, I believe this is the WrestleMania. You can see it in the background. It says WrestleMania there. So this actually may be the match that he wrestled at WrestleMania when he was the Miz's tag team partner. But the gear looks very similar to the Roman Reigns match. But yeah, as you can see, Logan Paul, let me tell you, man, this Mattel Creations has been killing it. This is one of the sickest figures I've seen in a long time. Like I said, like him or not, you can't deny that this figure is completely sick. The headband, I mean, everything on there. It's just so sick. I can't wait to have this and the Cody both up at one point. But just an absolutely phenomenal figure here. All right, last but certainly not least, it's the Mattel Defining Moments 4-pack. These are legit Defining Moments. Bret the Hitman Hart, Mick Foley, Cody Rhodes, Shawn Michaels. And here they are. Man, all 4 of these figures, absolutely fire. Not only do all these figures have something special that comes with each of them, they all have their special backdrops behind them. They all have special ad prints on the back. We'll flip over with Bret. That explain where the gear for these matches came from, what events they were at. So we'll start off with Shawn Michaels. It was the Royal Rumble 97, the Alamo Dome, where Shawn beat Psycho Sid. The Bret Hart is from the Roddy Piper match that he had at WrestleMania. Mick Foley is from Hell in a Cell, obviously. And Cody is also from a Hell in a Cell match when he had the bruised pec. So these are absolutely sick figures. We'll break them down one by one. We'll start with Shawn. So there he is. Shawn comes with the hat. He comes with alternate hands. He comes with the chaps. He comes with the ring gear, the hat. Everything about this figure is sick. I have so many Shawn Michaels figures, and I was thinking to myself, do I need any more? And then I saw this figure. I said, yeah, I kind of do, because it is so nice. Next, we'll go behind, and we'll go with the Cody Rhodes. So Cody comes with the bull rope. He comes with alternate hands. He's got the American Nightmare logo behind him. He's got the bruised pec, which looks awesome. It goes all the way down his arm. This is one of the coolest figures that Mattel's ever made, I think, in my opinion. And a lot of people were saying, you know, Defining Moments is a series with a lot of older wrestlers in it. How come Cody got one? Because this moment's going to live forever. The bruised pec, the detailing on it. Look at this. Look at it all the way down the arm, on the chest, everything. It is so cool. I showed you the back of the boxes of everybody else, so we can show the back of Cody's, as you can obviously see. This one is from that Hell in a Cell in 2002, the Hell in a Cell match against Seth freaking Rollins. But yeah, this is a sick figure. So awesome. And speaking of sick, we know who my main event's going to be because I'm a mark. But this Mankind is one of the best figures and one of the most inventive figures that I've ever seen. Now, it's not going to really fully encapsulate this figure as I'm showing it mint in box. But as you can see, it's not just, okay, Mankind from Hell in a Cell. It's Mankind from Hell in a Cell with a damn tooth sticking out of his nose, his hair all messed up. And if you turn the figure over, it has thumbtacks in the back, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a wrestling figure ever. It also comes with the alternate masks from the beginning of the match, so if you wanted to show them like that in a more classic view. You can even see on the back with the ad copy, it's Mankind at the top of the cell, Undertaker at the King of the Ring. This is such a sick figure. I can't wait to unbox this and take a look at the stuff in the back with the thumbtacks. And finally, you knew what my main event from this set was going to be. That's right. It's Bret the Hitman Hart. Soft goods jacket. The sunglasses, still not the proper shape, but, you know, they're pink at least, so it works for me. The Bret Hart symbol thing in the back, which I'm probably going to end up keeping and using for the backdrop of my figures at one point. There you go, the ad copy on the back. It's the Roddy Piper match from WrestleMania. Sick gear from Bret. Love the jacket. I know it's very plain, but it was kind of similar to what he wore during that match. I really, really like everything about this figure. It's one of the better Brets I think that they've actually made. I know they don't do well with his head scan, but I actually think this one's pretty solid. But yeah, so that's the end of my purchases this week. A huge week in purchases, and I can't wait to actually start putting some stuff out. All right, so as some of you may have guessed, the first thing I did was finish off my inner circle shelf. So that's Chris Jericho, Santana and Ortiz of Pride and Powerful, Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager now all complete. This is the entire set from Blood and Guts. Ortiz with the chair. I have Santana with the fork. I gave Sammy Guevara Santana's Billy Club in the back to make him look a little bit more menacing. Jericho, of course, has his trusty Floyd, the baseball bat. Jake Hager is a weapon unto himself, apparently, so he doesn't need one. But this is super cool. Seeing them all together like this, it really shows that this set is really sick, and I love it. It's super cool that it's a part of the AEW collection. You know, I'm going to eventually have to get another set of Pride and Powerful, Hager, and Guevara for the AEW shelf in general. But the fact that this is on the faction wall is really cool. So I'm loving this right now, and I'm super glad that I have these all together in my collection. All right, so next I also put the Big Show into my World Heavyweight Champions display. So as you can see, recently I got that Dolph Ziggler, I got that Big Show, so they're both in there with the rest of the World Heavyweight Championship holders. So the next thing that I'm going to eventually have to do is go up to this shelf. Of course, I've explained this almost every week, but, you know, all this stuff is going to eventually have to get taken down. The next set of World Heavyweight Champions will go up there, and then WWE Champions up there, and hopefully there'll be enough room for all of them. Big Show actually fits in super good with everything. You see, Kane's head is just about, actually, maybe it's not as close as I thought it was to the top, but maybe I could have fit Big Show in the back. But he's tall enough that even if he's on the floor, he's still tall enough to go over everybody else, especially guys like Bryan and Mysterio, who are a little bit shorter. But speaking of this shelf, even though I know it eventually has to come down, I really like that Shawn, so I had to figure out a way to display it. So I kind of put that Shawn up in here and replaced the other one that I had. So it's more of an updated 97 Shawn that kind of fits in a little bit, I guess, better with this era. Maybe it's a little bit older than what I really want it for, but I think it kind of looks really good, and I need to find a place in my collection for it. So he's there for now. I mean, I have this one up here that maybe is closer to that, so maybe I switch them out eventually. I don't remember if that Sean was around when the big Raw was around, this one here, or this one, but I kind of kept that there so that I can take the other one. As you can see, I put the other one in here. So by moving that Sean, I was able to put this Sean over here. You know, this is a better Sean for this era, so I think he fits pretty well over there. So, you know, if I open up the Defining Moments Sean, though, I definitely opened a Defining Moments Brett. And there he is right there next to the Simpsons Brett. I did a little rearranging, put him up in the front with the... I'm probably going to switch these around. I think I'm going to put that Brett maybe on the end over here. There we go. And put this Brett in over here to make it look a little bit better. But yeah, obviously that Defining Moments Brett was going to be there. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that so the back of the jacket can be seen. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. All right, so I switched him back. And then you can see he's on the end here now. And here is the back of his jacket, which is super cool. So this Defining Moments Brett is so sick, and I'm super glad to add him to my collection and my Bret Hart shelf. All right, and that brings an end to another exciting edition here of the Toy Room Renovation, right here at the Slam Sessions on YouTube. So guys, please do me a favor, like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate if you shared these around, get some other collectors interested in it. And please keep commenting. I love reading the comments and answering you guys. So thank you guys for joining again, and I'll see you guys next week.